is Amy Kuhn, the speech language pathologist here at Lakemary School, and I have Misty Brown, our speech language pathology assistant, behind the camera of the iPad here, recording so that you have this to watch at home. So today we're going to be reading the book, The Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. This is written by A.H. Benjamin and Gwyneth Williamson, and this is going to be the group therapy session for the week of May 18th. That is also our last week of school. Summer school does not begin until June 3rd, so the next packet that you should be receiving will probably be the week of June 8th, and at that point you will probably get 1 or 2 packets to kind of make up for that June 3rd. June 3rd, I believe, is a Wednesday, so we want to make sure that we have items needed for that week and the next week, and we just don't know how summer school is going to look like right now. So I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me, or I'm a phone call away. All that information is on your packet. Today, you should be receiving a communication board. You should also have a book called my Apple book. You also have a paper plate and then a Ziploc baggie of some items. Remember, when we are reading this book, feel free to pause the video so that your child can answer some of the questions by pointing to the answers on a laminated communication board, as well as when we get down to the crafts and the My Apple book and things like that, then you give them an opportunity to take care of what they need on that. So again, you can pause the video as you need, okay? I'm trying to think what else. I think we can probably get started. So our 3 things we're gonna do, like we always have, is we're gonna read the book. Today's number 2, instead of a sequencing of events or answering yes and no questions, we are going to do like a tracing. It's called My Apple Book, and you should have that in your packet. And then we're going to make our apple craft, which is right here. And you should have all the components for that to start. All right, so here we go. Little Mouse and the Big Red Apple. Mouse was feeling hungry one day when all of a sudden he came across a big, juicy red apple. What did he see? Okay, if they go to their communication board, which yours is not laminated, but mine is, you can have them point to apple. Again, if you need to, and you need to cover up to where there's only 4 pictures or 2 pictures, feel free to use other pieces of paper, sticky notes, anything that you need, or your hands to kind of cover up. And then those students that were working on trying to increase their utterances to more than 2 or 3 words, we could say, I see a apple, okay? Just what I want, he cried. I'll take it home with me and have a feast. Mouse set off towards his little house, rolling the apple over and over. He couldn't wait to get his teeth into the big, red, juicy apple. Yum, yum, he thought, when all of a sudden, splash! The apple rolled into a pond. Oh no, wailed Mouse. What am I gonna do now? Not to worry, said Frog, popping his head out of the water. I'll help you. Who popped their head out of the water? Frog. Again, you can say, I see the frog, or I see a frog. Okay, where was the frog? The frog was in the pond. Okay. Frog kicked the apple hard with his strong back legs. It flew out of the water and bump. It landed on the ground. There you are, said Frog. He licked his lips and stared at the apple. Thanks, said Mouse, as he began to roll it along the path. He did not want to share his apple with Frog. Mouse went on his way, thinking of the lovely apple dinner he would have later. His mouth was already watering when... crash! The big, red, juicy apple fell into a thorn bush. Silly me, muttered Mouse as he tried to rescue his dinner. Ouch, that hurt, he cried. Those prickles are nasty. I see you have a problem, said Tortoise, or Turtle, moving next to Mouse. Leave it to me. Tortoise didn't have to worry about the sharp prickles. He had his shell on his back to protect him. All right, who's going to help him now? The turtle is going to help him. Where's the apple at? Okay, the apple's in the bush. Okay. Without any trouble at all, Tortoise, or Turtle, crept under the thorn bush and brought out the big, red, juicy apple. Problem solved, he said, stroking the apple. I'm ever so grateful, said the mouse in a hurried voice, and he was off again. He did not want to share his apple with Tortoise. Did he want to share his apple? No, he didn't. I'll soon be home and biting into that big, red, juicy apple, thought Mouse. When... Thud! The apple rolled into a log. That's all I need, sighed Mouse when he saw that the log blocked his path. How do I get around that? Okay, what did his apple run into? It ran into a log. Okay. Easy, said Mole, popping his head out of a nearby hole. I'll dig you a tunnel. And she did. She dug a tunnel that went right under the log. So who's helping him now? Mole is helping him. Okay. It was just wide enough for Mouse and the apple to get through it. Always glad to help, said Mole, sniffing at the big, red, juicy apple with her little nose. It's very kind of you, said Mouse, and he went on his way as fast as he could. He did not want to share the apple with Mole. He rolled the apple over and over until he came to a steep hill. His house was at the very top. Push, push, heave, heave went Mouse, grunting and groaning. Heave, heave, up, up, up he went until he reached the very top of the hill. At last, sighed Mouse happily. Oh, for that lovely apple meal. But as Mouse let go, the apple wobbled, and then it started to roll down, down the other side of the hill. It rolled faster and faster and further until it came to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Mouse could see it lying there like a big red jewel. Okay, what color is this apple? Red. And you can say, I see a red apple. So we can get really long on those sentences. Oh no, he cried. I have to start all over again. Mouse scrabbled down the hill on his little tired feet. Faster and faster he ran. But when he reached the bottom, he found Frog, Mole, and Tortoise had got there first. How kind of you to send that apple all the way back to us, called out Mole, chomping away one piece of it. Mouse gave a big, big sigh. Don't mention it, he said. Isn't that what friends are for? The end. And so he shared his apple with his friends. Who were his friends? You could say the frog, the turtle, and the mole. All right. So we've read our book, and now we're going to go over and we're going to go look at this apple book, my apple book. We're going to do some tracing and some coloring. So on this, you want to try to grab some markers or crayons or a pencil or pen if you have one of those nearby. All right, I'll see you here in just a second. Okay, so now we have, you want to sit? You can sit, I can go like this. All right, so now you should have my apple book. Now if the kiddo would like, they can write their name on it, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and flip over to the first page. All right. And then I have some markers, a pencil. And so on this, I'd like to see if the kids know what these pictures are. So on this will be seeds, okay? So first we'd like them to maybe trace the word. Oh, let's try, we'll do the orange. We can trace it. So again, if you have to pause the video, feel free to pause the video so they can do some tracing. Okay, I'm going to do some tracing. And then if they like to color the seeds, maybe they can do a little bit of coloring. I don't know, should we do brown maybe? We could do a little bit of that. Okay. Again, I won't take up all your time with me coloring and doing all the tracing. Okay, so once they've completed that first one, we'll go to the next one. And it is a tree. So we're going to trace the word tree. We can be teaching them as we're tracing them. We got T, R, E, E. And then maybe give a little bit of color up here. We can color some of the leaves on the tree. Again, I'm not going to bore you with all my coloring. Obviously, I would try to color it in to the best of my abilities, not having so much white spots. But for your time and for our sake, we'll keep moving on. All right, so next we have the word buds, okay? So grab another color maybe, or use the same one. Trace it B, U, D, S, and maybe color the buds. Okay. Next we have, hopefully they can tell you these are flowers. I got another color. F, L. We encourage them to try to stay in the lines. O, W, E, R, S. And then maybe give a little bit of color to these flowers. Again, this might be a good time to pause it so they have a chance to do the coloring for you. They can do any color they want. Okay. If you're not interested in the coloring, you can always feel free to just at least have them trace. Okay. All right, and I think I'll just do a little bit. I don't know. Let's see, a purple sounds great. Do a little bit of purple here. I think there's only one more page left of this book. Okay, again, if I took my time, I'd fill in all those white spaces. And the last one, which we were talking about when we read this book, is an apple. Okay, so apple, A, P, P, L, E, and then you might, I think I'm going to do green for the apple. I like Granny Smith apples. They can do any color they want. Okay, so we got a green apple because Miss Amy likes Granny Smith. Miss Misty, what kind do you like?
I like Granny Smith too.
All right, so it looks like you might be coloring a green one too. And I'll also get the leaf up there. Okay, let's just double check, but I think that's our last page on that one. So again, during this video and such, take your time, pause it, put some color, trace these letters so it practices their writing skills. And now we're going to go to our last thing that was on our list, which was making that apple craft, okay? So with that, you should get, you need a paper plate, you need some glue, maybe one glue stick or glue, our communication board, and our baggie. Okay, you should have a baggie full of cutout items. And then I'm going to grab you the example so you can see what it was again. Oops. I'll take that tape off TV when we're done. Okay, sorry. That's what it's going to look like, okay? Or we're going to give it to our best of our ability. If the child, your student, your kiddo would like to color the paper plate red first before putting on the red pieces, that is fine. Do that, okay? So what it says to do is get a paper plate. That's our first thing we're supposed to do. Now we're going to glue on the red strips, okay? So you can ask them to find the red strips if you've dumped these out, okay? And you can ask them, what color are these? These are red, okay? So typically we like to just put glue kind of everywhere, and then they can put the pieces on. Just gonna try to cover it all up. You guys can decide how you want to do it. You could also do one piece at a time. You can pick it up, put a little bit of glue on. Whoop, lost my glue stick. And stick it down that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick up some pieces, stick them on randomly. Okay. Again, you can ask some questions like, do you want some more? Yes. Yes, please. I get these pieces apart here. All right, so I'm going to try to cover up all that glue that I put on that paper plate. Okay. Not all the pieces. You won't be covering the paper plate in its entirety, and that's okay. Like I said, if you wanted to color it beforehand, you could have. Okay. All right. See if I can't cover up all this glue here real quick. There might have been. Hopefully you guys have enough red pieces. Miss Misty and I try to equip you guys with enough at home. Okay, I think I just have a couple more. All right. All right, I'm just gonna push them down. Okay. And then we'll look at next, number 3, we're gonna glue on the stem. So I'm gonna tell you, you might ask your kiddo, find the brown stem. What color is it? It's brown. Okay. So on this one, I might put a little bit of glue on the stem, and then we're going to put it behind it. Okay. Number 4 is glue on the green leaf. Again, you only have one more cutout piece. What color is it? It's green. Again, you might glue it on, put a little bit of glue on, and then stick it on your stem. Okay. Whoop. Mine fell off. Might need some more glue. All right. And then the last one says write or stamp your name on the back. So you can ask the kiddo, is it this the back, or is this the back? And you know what? Here, I'll even glue mine back on there since it keeps falling off. Hopefully they say this is the back. And again, write your name or stamp your name. I'm just going to write speech on here. Okay. All right. So that concludes our craft. All right, we'll take a look real quick. Make sure we've completed all the tasks over here. We're supposed to read the book. We did that. My apple book with Tracy and a little bit of coloring. We did that. And then the apple craft. So we've completed all the tasks for this group therapy session. For those of you that were able to watch this on YouTube, please feel free to make a comment that you guys were able to watch. You liked it, didn't like it, say hi. Miss Misty and I definitely miss all of you guys. Again, we hope that you're staying safe and healthy, and we hope to see you here again real soon. So again, enjoy this last book craft activity. This is for the week of May 18th. Okay, that is our last week of school. We start the summer school session on June 3rd, and we will send home a packet that week of June 8th. So be expecting 1 or 2 packets that week. So again, take care, guys. Miss ya.